As crazy as it all sounds, despite working on this company for the last 2 years, I finally feel like I'm at the starting line. Take that in. After 2 years of building my company, I feel like I'm at the starting line. In my head, the way it works is the last 2 years was me not even knowing where the race began, not having running shoes, not having a bib, not having clothes, not having training, literally nothing. I spent 2 years getting myself ready to start this race. And April 2025, I finally feel like I'm at the starting line.
This is so important for a lot of entrepreneurs to hear, because as a society, delayed gratification is just no longer a thing. We're all about instant gratification. And I work with a lot of business owners who are making 7 figures and they're still in that messy middle. The saying goes, overnight success is 10 years in the making. It takes time. As an entrepreneur for 17 plus years, I can tell you that this is absolutely true. And a lot of times we start working on things and within 3 months, 6 months, it's like, oh, it's not working. No, you have to give it time. Not only does the business have to develop, oftentimes you as the individual, you need to develop. You need to develop your mindset, your skill set, as well as your tool set in order to grow and scale your business. Your business will not grow and evolve past the point of your own self-development. This is why I say business is self-development on steroids. It takes time to develop, just as much as you take time as a person to develop. So give that business time.
Don't really actually have a business if that business is reliant on you being there every second of every day. And this is coming from someone who absolutely loves being in the detail of things. Like, I love being in the office, I love being close to the team. That is who I am as a person, and that is, in my opinion, what makes me good at my job. But your business being reliant on that is not a business. It is a one-man band, and that is a totally fine aim. But if you are here to build a business and have a business that can scale and have a business that can move beyond you and have a business that you can ever take a day off of, that cannot be the aim, and you have to have ways around that. And you have to reverse engineer for that not to be the case, which is very hard because you started this business because you were passionate about it. There are a lot of things that I've done over the past few years to make sure that this isn't the case and make sure that I'm genuinely building a business rather than an extension of myself. But particularly at the moment, this is obviously something I'm thinking about a lot as I'm like heavily pregnant, and building systems that mean the business can run without you being physically.
This is one of the key reasons why I talk about building systems and processes, especially as a woman running a business. I think there's so much out there where it's, hustle, grind, team, no days off. And the issue with this is that as women, we cannot operate like that, because that is not a sustainable way of doing business. There's a difference between building business like a man and building business like a woman. We are not the same. We are built on different systems. As a woman, our bodies work on a cyclical system. If you do not understand your cycle, I implore you to do this, because this will change the way you move and experience life. Our cycle means that every week we show up as a different person, having a different experience. Men are like this. They stay the same all the way through, meaning that they can run on this kind of hustle culture, tightly routined ways and systems of doing things. Women, we flow. Literally, we were made for flow. Currency is a flow. You were meant for money, but you have to operate in that state. These are 3 ways in which I believe as a woman you build your business. Number 1 is your procedures, your systems, your SOP. You need documentation. If everything you do within your business is up here, then you have a problem, because everything will need to come back to you, and you cannot sustain a business in this way. Number 2, that is for you to build out a team. When people are starting off businesses and you mention teams, it can often seem very overwhelming, intimidating. You're thinking of, tens and hundreds of people all working for you. That is not the case. You can have a team of 2, a team of 3. In fact, the bigger the team, you will then have sub-teams. And I'm talking then about your executive team, your head of marketing, head of sales, head of accounts, receivable, finances, head of operations. A team allows people to take ownership, responsibility, and execution of the procedures that you set out in step 1. And step 3, that is to create a rhythm. Just like how you are built on a rhythm, you need that rhythm in your business. This prevents you from firefighting, prevents you from being reactionary rather than proactive. You meet your salesperson every week, accountant every other week. You meet up with head of operations for weekly meetings. This allows you to provide answers before there are questions. This allows you to focus on leadership, the vision, working on the business rather than in the business, strategy, long-term thinking. When you have a rhythm for how you work, you have documented systems and processes, and you have a team, this is what allows you to operate in flow. This is what allows you to be productive and effective rather than simply being busy, which is what we do not want, especially as women.
The hardest part about starting a business is just that, it's starting the business. All you have to do is literally just decide, I'm going to start it today. You won't feel ready. You won't even be ready. But guess what? You will never be ready.
While I do agree that starting a business is hard, as someone who has been an entrepreneur for 17 plus years and coaches 7-figure entrepreneurs, the start isn't the hardest part. The hardest part is the messy middle. It is staying in the game. It is growing. It is scaling. Starting, yes, you do need a good degree of motivation, but that staying power, that's where the problem is. Most businesses will fail within the first 3 years, and 50% of those that make it through the first 3 years will fail by year 5. The building systems, processes, teams, leadership, that is where the challenge is. You can have businesses that are doing 6 figures, 7 figures, and still crumble because the owner has not graduated from being the doer to being the business owner. And that is where the challenge is, not in the startup. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments. Happy to hear you.
Started a candle brand a year ago, and within 11 months it's now exclusive with Selfridges, which is like the largest department store in the UK with the iconic yellow shopping bags, and I am so overwhelmed. It's just me. I am the sole employee of Flames. I have orders coming in through the roof directly. I pack and send everything myself. There's no fulfillment center. And I'm overwhelmed. Like, starting a business is quite frankly not for the faint-hearted. It is the most turmoil, overwhelming, up and down experience I think I will ever experience in my life.
Absolutely. Starting a business is not for the faint of heart. It is difficult. It is challenging. It is often unrewarding for a very long time. And this is why I work with founders who are earning 6 figures, 7 figures in their business, but they are miserable. They have built themselves a cage. A lot of people have gone from the 9 to 5 to now creating a 9 to 9 or 9 to midnight. It is a lot of work. And this is where a lot of businesses crumble. A lot of business owners who are doing really well, they're making their dreams come true, they've got distribution, etc. But the problem is in the systems. It's in the team. It's in the processes. It's in building those structures that can support the weight of your growth. A lot of times people just want to scale, scale, scale. But if you don't have the right structure in place to support that scale, then it's going to come crashing down like a deck of cards. Something like that. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think.